Hello and welcome to Loresworn Gaming. I am TJ Hafer. That is AsaTJ on Twitter, ASATJ. And we are back with more of our Crusader Kings II Iron Century run as the Yngling Kings of Norway and lands beyond. Viking Twilight, starting from the new start date in the 900s that was recently added, which I have come to very much enjoy so far. Hey to everyone in the chat who has shown up. If this is your first time tuning in, or if you're for some reason watching these out of order on YouTube, let's go ahead and pull up the game here. Oh, hey, I didn't set up game capture correctly before I started the stream. How about that? Alright, let's wait for it to pop up. There we go, there's Crusader Kings. Yeah, we're playing as King Tryggva Yngling of Norway, who is he's a berserker and a Viking. Two good things to be if you're a king of Norway. And currently we are on a quest to raid to build up enough prestige so that we can vassalize the king of the Swedes. Olafur Girl Arm apparently is his what he's come to be called. I don't know if that's accurate or not. 18 personal combat skill, that's not too bad. I don't know. Yeah, we need to get up to 1,000 prestige. We're currently at 532, so we can vassalize him and gain his holy site at Uppsala, and then we will probably go to war with Germany. Though they look big and scary, their army size is not actually that daunting. Yeah, I don't recall where these guys are going at the moment. Okay, we're just waiting here to sack the church, that's all. Invite to a plot to kill Einar. I don't want to kill Einar. Einar's an okay guy, as far as I know. I mean, I didn't really pay much attention to him. Let's see, we'll give the Jarl of Iceland a job that he's underqualified for. That's fine. Designated regent. We need someone who's good at diplomacy and stewardship. Looks like the Chief of Sunmata will be a good candidate for that. Alright. And we already have quite a bit of loot on this boat. You could get almost up to 1,000 just from this raiding trip. During this evening's council meeting, Chancellor Gunnar told us a rumor he had encountered. The peasants speak of an artifact hidden not far away from here. The specifics of Gunnar's information are uncertain, but perhaps this would be worth investigating. Sure. Go ahead. And Hordaland prospers. Fantastic. That would be our capital over here. So that'll give us lower revolt risk, more taxes, more levy, reinforcement, but also lowers our disease resistance. Einar has been chosen as the heir. Should probably fill this open commander slot really quick. Becca Reaper, thank you for the subscription. At least I think that is what it just said. I changed my UI language on pretty much everything to Norwegian because I am studying Norwegian right now. Jeg lærer norsk nå. And so I changed Windows and my phone and my laptop and basically everything. I changed the language to Norwegian because it just forces me to look stuff up when I need to do basic tasks, which is actually a very effective way to teach yourself a language. Becca Reaper says, your king's not really cool unless he's a Viking, a berserker, and a Varangian. Well, we can pick up Varangian. We'll pick that up somewhere along the way. Hey, Mordred has shown up with the raid again. Hello and welcome. We're happy to have you guys back. LaFrance Meme wants to know what bloodline we have. We have the blood of Harald Fairhair, who united Norway, which is the Yngling dynasty. Ben Marshall, hello. Arista I'm going to call you Aristi because I actually am bad at reading usernames on the internet. Hello, Mordred, hello. Scraper77, Fredo2, Gustav Kuriga. Let's see. Yeah, bunch of people from Mordred. Okay. Welcome back to Loresworn Gaming. Apparently, we got raided by Mordred again, and I guess it went too well, because not only did CK2 crash, Windows actually crashed on me. So, I don't know if that FLV will actually be recoverable, so I'm just going to start again for YouTube. This is CK2 Viking Twilight. We are playing as... Oh, and of course... Okay, good. Capture works. Tryggva, Yngling of Norge. He's a Viking berserker. We're off raiding in Wales to try to get prestige so we can subjugate the Swedes and get a holy site. Alright, I think we're back. I think we have audio. I think we're good. We did have to reload to the most recent save, so that artifact thing might not actually happen. We'll see. We are threatening, though, which is a good thing for a Viking to be. This has been an exciting start to Bad Decisions. Let's see, Håkon of Nidaros has inherited the Jarldom of Nidaros, which requires us to get a new Chancellor. Okay, so this is going as per canon. This is similar to what happened before. We're just gonna re-up all of these offices. Okay. Thank you for hanging in there, those of you that came over from the raid. Let's see. Alright. Things quickly get out of control. Yeah, we'll let them have their fun. That's okay. So we have sacked the church at Landaf. And we've taken all their stuff. So let's see. There's still more wealth to be found in Wales, it looks like. So we'll head on up here. We'll fight some dudes. They're no match for the Berserker King, as always. Mech Reaper said, at first I thought it was my internet, but that seems to conveniently only happen when I work lately. Yeah. Alright. How much room do we have on the ship? We can probably get a couple more monasteries worth of gold on the ship. Cool, everyone's leaving the defensive pact. That's what we like to see. There we go, defensive pact disbanded. See, we just want to come knock over some monasteries, become brilliant strategists. There's no reason to feel threatened by us. There's really not. Let's see. Ice Mage 83519 says we raided your computer. That's what seems like happened, honestly. Sterbical says, I love playing this game, but how do you play for a long period of time without A, having to put limits on what you can do, or B, feeling overpowered? That's a great question. I usually do put limits on what I can do. One really fun way to do that as a pagan is to just never reform your religion and keep elective Gavelkind forever, because you'll have this sort of effect where you wash like a tide over the map and then explode into a bunch of successor kingdoms, which can be a lot of fun. There's also the Quantum Leap playstyle that I enjoy doing quite a bit, which is basically when any given character becomes too powerful, you just save the game, hop back out to the menu, and just pick someone else, and just play as someone else in the world you created. But yeah, deliberately sabotaging yourself can be fun. Role-playing to your character's traits, picking like one of their worst traits, and like thinking about how could this, you know, lead me to make decisions that are going to fuck off my life and my kingdom. Yeah, generally there does kind of come a point in every CK2 run where if you're playing it as intended, you're probably going to be too powerful for it to be fun anymore. So you kind of have to figure out ways to make your own fun. Oh, they're sending bishops at us again. We're going to lock them in prison and sacrifice them to Odin. Hey! Denmark took some land in the Netherlands. That might not be new. It might just be that I just now noticed that. They're also being occupied by King Wolfgar of England. Oh, because they're trying to conquer Kent and... not doing too badly, actually, despite the fact that they had their entire capital occupied. Jeez, okay, so the defenders of Wales have raided our camps and sent us home with our tails between our legs because we no longer have enough guys to finish the siege. Who is this? This is my daughter. Typical Crusader Kings moment. Who is this? Oh, this is my daughter. Hopefully, you notice that before, you know, you get into a bedchamber with her. Let's see. Duke of Bad Decisions says, I always appreciate the free sacrifices those nice Christians send my way. Yeah, it is very considerate of them. Mecha Reaper says, I wonder if someone could make a mod that automates the quantum leap thing. Like every 2 hours it just randomly assigns you someone else. I don't know if I'd want it to be random, but I did talk with Henrik Fairhair, who is the game director of on CK2, and has been pretty much since the beginning. Basically, my idea is that instead of a dynasty, you would have a run, and your run would accumulate the score of all of the characters you had played, you know, from beginning to end, but he's pretty specific that he wants the design of CK2 to be based around dynastic play. So, that's fine. You can still do it, you just don't get points for it. Let's see. There's an AAR on the Paradox forums that's currently doing that. Yeah, it's a fun way to play. Let's see. Basically, a succession game plus quantum leap, so every leap is a different player. That sounds really cool, actually. That might be something that could be fun to do for this channel, is to do a succession game at some point. I just know they're really difficult to organize, and you do run into problems if, like, somebody in the succession order, like, takes forever or just never turns in their save, or, like, they'll turn in the save, but they don't document it very well. So you have to kind of guess about what happened. So you kind of have to be careful with who you invite, or you have to have, like, alternates ready to go if somebody just isn't doing it right. Let's see. Ingrid. This is my daughter. Remains outside our fold. I will definitely recruit her to the Wolf Warriors. All of my children should be members of the Wolf Warriors. So my 12-year-old daughter, let's see, is going to contact King Tosta the Ruthless right away. So she's a protagonist in a young adult Viking novel. She's a 12-year-old who's going to fight for the glory of Odin. Let's see, Gunnar, Jarl of Iceland, yeah. He doesn't need any more honors, but we'll give them to him. Oh, she just can't stop talking about her initiation duel. It was exhilarating, and now I am one of the Wolf Warriors. At age 12, I am so proud. That's going to allow us to rank up. So Tosta, so he's the king of the Geats, Vestergautaland. He wants us to join his war against the Rugenian peasant revolt. Now, we've accepted offers like this before and realized that we ended up in a complicated situation. Minskian conquest of Memel. Okay, that's fine. We'll accept. We'll come with you on that. It'll be a way to get some prestige. We only need about 240 more. Oh yeah, that's an event fleet. We don't want to disband our event fleets. We have the money. Do we want to raise some Huskarl retinues, though? Because Huskarls are really good, and I keep forgetting to build them. Alright. Let's call up our levies. And let's go help. Wow, that is a large Minskian army, but they are going to take loads of attrition from where they have decided to station themselves. Okay, we've got 38 guys down here. Those are the peasants that we're actually concerned with. And the Icelanders have sent us nothing, so that's that's just how it's going to be. They really are going to do us like that. Fantastic! So we have been promoted to a warrior in the Wolf Warriors. Gustav Kuriga says the forum game so far we had a Jewish tribal player conquer Jerusalem. That's awesome. How do you does Semyon start as tribal? How do you even become a Jewish tribal leader? Maybe Semyon starts as tribal in one of the earlier start dates. Let's see, government. They're currently under an Ikda, but that's probably just because they got conquered. Yeah, I don't think I've ever played a Jewish tribal character. That would be an interesting one for sure. All right, concentrating our forces at Vingulsmark. I think that's a new province, or new-ish. I don't remember that being there unless they changed the name of it at some point. All right, Hordaland is doing quite well. So as long as we don't get ganked by... Well, the Chief of the Pharaohs is an amazing warrior. He's not cowardly, is he? No, he's brave. He's the opposite of cowardly. As long as we don't get ganked by Minsk, we should be able to wrap up this... well, now they have about even numbers in. We're crossing a strait. Let's see how this goes. Let's give it a go. Okay, cool. Our superior leadership and superior troops have won the day. Leader of the peasant revolts. Yeah, let's sacrifice him to Odin. That should about do that. Oh, yeah, we want to reunite with these guys over here, who for some reason aren't dead. Okay, so if we combined our armies with the Geats, we could actually beat the Chief of Minsk, but I think he's probably going to piece the Geats out before we have a chance to do that. Ben Marshall wants to see a look at Byzantium. They're in a revolt, as always, but they have hung on to a lot of territory. They've actually had multiple defensive pacts against them, so they've been eating territory too. That was my favorite version of the time machine meme, was the one where it's like, they go back in time, they go through the time machine, it's like, what year are we in? And he's like, ask that guy. And he's like, what is the Byzantine Empire in revolt? He's like, yes, of course. And then the guy says, I have no idea. Let's see. Okay. My daughter has confronted me today about the decision to have her join the Wolf Warriors. She claims the perspective of fighting other people makes her uneasy and jittery. Isn't she already in the Wolf Warriors? Let's see. She hopes I could reconsider my decision. No! You're going to be a warrior of Odin. Oh, she's running away. She stole a shitload of money from us and ran away. Yeah, Hamhoff, this is definitely not an internet issue. I think this is actually a hard drive issue. This computer has had this exact issue intermittently, actually since the first time I booted it up, like the day that I built it. I think it might have something to do with the HDD. Like the primary one that the OS is installed on might have, I don't know, a bad sector on it or something. Because it happens very intermittently, and it always happens in clusters. And OBS seems to be a prime culprit for it, where it just completely locks up. Like the hard drive light on the front of the tower goes off, and like the entire system freezes. And it'll happen like 3 or 4 times in a row, and I'll do like a completely clean boot, and then like it won't happen again for like 6 months. And I'm pretty sure it's that I just need to replace one of the hard drives in here, because there's something weird with it that just causes this really inconsistent lockup issue. But it's one of those things where like it's not a problem like 95% of the time, so I've just never gone to the effort of finding a permanent solution for it. Luckily, we only rolled back a month this time. I did a clean boot, so hopefully that solves it for now. If not, if this keeps happening, I might have to delay this stream for another time. Because there's not like a reliable fix for it. It's like I pretty much just have to completely like shut down the proper way, power everything down, wait, and then turn it back on, and then, you know, cross your fingers. Hopefully it doesn't happen again for a long time. But yeah, so anyway, we have an army here. We're coming home to put them to sleep. Yeah, my daughter will obey me. She has to stay. Okay, that time the RNG kept her in the Wolf Warriors, so she didn't run off with a bunch of money in this timeline. Since our last fight, Ingrid has been very gloomy, barely even speaking to me or any of her friends. Forcing her to keep training to be a warrior might not have been the best decision on my part. So she got the depressed trait. This is seeming eerily similar to the Children of Akko, for those of you that watched our Curonia run. By the way, Curonia doing well for themselves. Our old friends. They're making a place for themselves in the world. All right, we need to get out of debt, which we could do by raiding, I suppose. You know what? We're gonna go on vacation to the north. Because I don't want to get stack wiped. Okay, there we go. It's like, I'm going to make them march all the way to, like, the friggin' northernmost part of Finnmark if they want to stack wipe us. That's how it's going to go. Alright, so. We need just a bit more prestige to finish off, or to be able to finally declare war. We also probably need to wait for our armies to recover. Somewhat, at least. Let's see. Svithiod. So, he can call up, at max, somewhere in the neighborhood of about 8,500 troops. But it's probably going to be closer to... I don't know, 25 right now. Hamhoff says, wasn't she really happy about being in the Wolf Warriors, though? I guess that changed when she was actually in the Warriors and faced with the reality of the situation. That describes a lot of things that I thought were going to be really cool when I was 12. It's like, oh man, this is going to be awesome. Oh man, this is actually not anywhere near as awesome as I imagined it to be. Reality in general, one could even say, just kind of works that way. Alright, so the Welsh threw rocks at us from their castle last time we tried to raid them, but we're going to give it another go. Alright. Constant surges of adrenaline and increased heart rate makes me weary. It's not as fun being angry as it used to be. And apparently I got scurvy. That's not good. Let's get on to land. Let's steal some oranges if we can. How long do we have to stay on land to? I think I have a workaround, you guys. Alright, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm having a vague memory that the last time this happened this many times in a row, it's because CK2 did not want to cooperate with game capture on OBS. So I'm just going to capture the window. And I want to say there's like a 75% chance that this will fix it. Otherwise, if it crashes one more time, we'll just postpone the stream. That's what you have to do. Oh, we still have those guys up there that are just kind of doing nothing. We might want to bring them down here to help out with the raid. Anyway. Thank you for bearing with us through all of the technical difficulties. Oh, I think I can handle the truth. I'm no longer a deceitful person. See, we're learning to be a little bit better every day. Let's see. Harald the Bellower of Denmark wants us to help him fight Grigory the Unready of Minsk. How is that war going for you, my man? Let's see. He's losing to the Estonians, and he just started this war. I happen to know that Minsk has a lot of guys. We know that they had over 6K last time we checked in on them. Haralder, how many do you have? Potential ally troops, 6,000. He has about 1,600 personal troops. Okay. We'll help you out. Just this once. Why can I not set these guys to raid? Oh, because we have to be at peace. So these guys get to raid because they already decided to raid before we went to war. Didn't get scurvy, but we did lose deceitful, yeah. Ben Marshall says, I personally assure you that if I find out that one of our raiders broke your equipment, we will personally slay him. As I would expect, from such an honored fellow chieftain. Oh man, we were just taking so many casualties to these Welshmen throwing roof tiles at us. It's kind of a bummer. Kind of not feeling it. I'm just straight up not having a good time. Alright, we have finally groomed an heir, apparently. It didn't even tell us what education trait we got. Probably because he didn't want to disappoint us by showing us his report card from Viking school. We'll make a warrior out of him yet. Let's see. Not busy fighting a war. Okay, we can't do anything at war. War just doesn't make anything. It makes nothing fun. All right, let's see if we can make a friend. How about our friend King Harald the Bellower? Let's see if we can make a friend out of him. Why not? All right. Captured a mayor. We'll sacrifice him to Odin. Captured another lowborn commander. We'll sacrifice him to Odin. The ravens will feast well this day. Alright, and it looks like we're not going to lose too many men to ceiling tiles. Yeah, we'll let them have their fun. Finish burning down the rest of this province, and then we'll go help the Danes with their war, which is looking like it's going to be quite out of hand. That mad dog Thorstein has somehow summoned the courage to challenge you to the Holmgang. He has 54. I have 112 personal combat skill. Meet in single combat on a small islet. By all father, I accept the challenge. He may be a younger man than I, but he cannot stand up to my wrath. It is still dawn when you meet Thorstein on the small islet chosen for the Holmgang. Surrounded by witnesses, you grab your shield and axe while your opponent does the same. After hurling insults at each other for a few minutes, the battle is finally joined. That's exactly what I thought would happen. Thorstein immediately hurls himself at you, but you block his flurry of blows with your shield. You use it to heave him in an arc over your shoulder, and he sails towards the ground behind you. You swiftly turn around and connect the blade of your axe with his throat. Thorstein is dead before he hits the ground. A clean kill. Apparently he was our cousin, too, so... Sorry if you thought that you were gonna, like, be king or something. He did have good stats. I'm gonna miss him.